I'm excited to introduce our special guest today at today's Senate meeting, the Dean of the College of Human Sciences, Dr. Tim Dodd.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a real pleasure to be here. So the College of Human Sciences, and I'm going to test your knowledge a little bit, but the College of Human Sciences was one of the original colleges here on campus. It's previously known as the Home Economics, and in 1993 we changed our name to Human Sciences. We have 6 departments, 2,700 undergraduate students and 600 graduate students. And would anyone like to tell me what are those departments? Anyone know what the 6 departments in the College of Human Sciences are? That's a good question.
One of them, I'm guessing, is Family and Consumer Science?
Yes, Family and Consumer Sciences. Yes.
Interior Design.
Interior Design. Okay, so both of those are 2 programs within departments. But Interior Design is a program within the Department of Design, which also has apparel design. So, yes. Come on, we've got to be someone else. Yes?
Human Development, Family Sciences.
Human Development, Family Sciences. Anyone else? Yes?
I know it's a school, but Personal Financial Planning?
Yes, School of Personal Financial Planning. Yeah. Okay, so we also have Nutritional Sciences, which most of you should be aware of. Community, Family and Addiction Sciences, Hospitality and Retail Management. So these are all departments that have changed over the years, and many of them have moved towards a focus on health. And this is something that our college is really starting to focus on in general, is the issue of health. And really ever since home economics was started, back then it was about a healthy household and how you managed just one household. Now we're looking at personal finance, which is part of being a healthy individual, and how you manage that. Nutrition and how that impacts a healthy life. Certainly things like relationships. The other thing that is probably unique about the College of Human Sciences is that we have a lot of outreach programs. We have 13 centres and institutes. Many of them are in the community, providing outreach and help for communities, from financial counselling to nutrition counselling to family relationship counselling. We also are in schools and have a big part of the education process. So I'm going to stop there and see if you have any questions that you'd like to ask. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Maybe just to know, what are you doing as a dean at College of Human Sciences? What can you help students to attend conferences as a school?
So one of the tasks of a dean is to try and raise funds for the college to be able to do these kinds of things. And so we have grown our endowments to try and help that and help the departments to be able to send students and get those experiences that they want. So that's a big project for us, and to continue to bolster the financial well-being of our department, so they can then turn support graduate students and others within each department. Thank you. Yes.
With the Department of Nutrition, do you guys have any sort of say of what kind of foods are served here on campus?
It's a good question. No, we don't. But we would. I know our department would be happy to be involved. We do have a very strong dietetic program, and be able to influence and be part of that, I think would be a good thing. How we do that, again, happy to get thoughts and advice, but I do think we've got a lot of our programs have helped in terms of mental health and other things. So I really like when our departments do get directly involved with the life of the university in terms of the health and wellness that here on campus.
Thank you again, Dean Dodd. We really appreciate you coming out tonight. Rule 33, Section 2 of the Senate states any student enrolled in Texas Tech University may address the Senate during open forum on any issue. If you wish to address the Senate, please rise for recognition. Hearing none, we will move out of open forum. We will now have reports from the executive branch, starting with External Vice President Kendall Tully.
Hi everybody, I hope you're all having a great week. I just wanted to remind you all that Take a Kid to the Game is this Saturday. You can scan that QR code if you want to sign up. It also is in the opportunities link that Emily has sent out. But we would like tech students to get there around 11:30, and then it's a women's basketball game against TCU. So that game will start at 2 p.m. and it's a really great opportunity for y'all to get to know some kids from the Lubbock community and just get involved. So we'd love if you joined us.
Next, Student Body President Joel Rivera.
I don't have a whole lot, but I just wanted to touch on a few things that we're working on this semester. We're working on Green Week again this year, for those of y'all that don't know what that is. It's just a week where we focus on sustainability efforts, and it's the week of Arbor Day. So if you want to help out with that, feel free to contact Preston or I. Our Director of Sustainability is taking lead on that. And if you're in the Committee of Sustainability, it'd be really nice for you to work on that as well. And then another thing that we're working on for the end of the year is our Eyes on the Horizon graduate walk. So plans have already started for that. And if you're wanting to be involved within that, reach out to us and we'd be more than happy to include you in those meetings. And then, as you may know, elections have started, at least the filing process has started. So what that means is that in the next month, people are going to be campaigning and elections are going to be March 5th. So I encourage y'all to be active within that, but also remember whenever we come into this chamber, we don't really need to bring in election, politics within that. So just keep that in mind. We're here to serve our students, not ourselves. And also within that, I just wanted to touch on the pieces that get brought on today, but also within the future. Feel free to vote no on something that you don't feel comfortable with putting your name on. I think that we've gotten into a habit of just voting yes because everybody else is voting yes. But if you're feeling very passionate about voting no on a piece, feel free to do that. Feel free to speak up. Your voice matters. This is why we have Robert's Rules, to make sure that the minority voices are heard within the chamber. So keep that in mind. Keep fighting the good fight. And thank y'all for doing good work.
Thank you, Joel. We'll now hear from the Director of SGA, Micah.
Good evening, everybody. I want to make you aware of a few opportunities for you, especially our graduating seniors. I'm going to circulate these. It's a Texas Top 10. This award will be given out to any student graduating within the year 2024. So whether it's May, August, or December, December will be the last time. You can apply for this, and that's out there as well. I want you to make sure you're out there for that. And then I want to make you also available we have just opened up our Student Government Association Performance Scholarship Awards, and that's based upon your service and activities in a semester. So you are able to apply for everything you did in the fall right now, and you'll get, that's a $250 stipend that'll go into your cash. And then at the end of this year, if you follow through and do everything you're supposed to do, that will also be put in your next following year. So for spring, it'll either be applied to your summer or fall tuition. Those scholarships will go that way. And then one thing that I'm near and dear to my heart is Amy Love, who's a past student body president of Texas Tech. She actually set together with me and a few other people and actually endowed a scholarship in her name. We give away the scholarship every year at the Senate banquet, a student government banquet. So the applications for that scholarship, it's not open long. It'll be open on the February 19th and it'll close March 15th. So that's the window. So get geared up for it. And that is based upon any female mentor or someone or leader associated with the university or alumni that inspired you on your track to your leadership or whatever your career goals or anything like that. So just make sure that you know that in both the Amy Love and the Student Government Performance Scholarship are in Tech Connect, so you can apply for those in those areas when they open. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to circulate these QR codes for the Tech 10 in case you guys graduating seniors want to actually apply.
Thank you, Director Gunn. Next on the agenda is judicial reports. However, there are no judicial reports at this time, so we will move into my remarks. You all heard at our last Senate meeting about joint session. This date is still being worked out by Joelle. However, just kidding, it's April 13th, so mark your calendars. Would love to see everyone there. That is going to be an outreach point opportunity if you come and mingle with the other student governments within our system. If you have any ideas for joint session legislation, or maybe you don't even know where to start, reach out to me. I can help you kind of get started on that. It would be really cool if one of your ideas ended up in the joint session for our entire system. The next thing I have to talk about is vacant Senate seats. So if you have any peers or maybe people that you think would be great sitting next to you in a Senate seat, please tell them to email me and I'll pass their information along to our Rules and Administration Committee. They do the selection for and the interviewing for those spots, but I can help pass that along. So thank you to everyone that's already texted me and then had your peers reach out to me. That way we can get these Senate seats filled. Any questions about those things? Awesome. And then just a reminder, like I did last Senate meeting, of your membership requirements. Thank you all for staying diligent and on top of this. We really appreciate how hard y'all are already starting to work this semester. And I know it's going to be a great end to our session. With that being said, we'll now move into routine motions and other business. Senator Alessio.
Madam President, I move to adopt Senate Concurrent Resolution 59.03 stating the sentiments of the Student Senate concerning a referendum to be placed on the general spring election ballot regarding an amendment to the Constitution of the Student Government Association being named the judicial expectation of the members of the Student Senate.
Is there a second? Seconded by Senator Clark. It has been moved and seconded that we adopt Senate Concurrent Resolution, which will now be known as 59.03. This requires a 2/3 majority vote. This will be a voice vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Ayes have it. The concurrent resolution is now adopted. This will be moved on to our first reading calendar. Senator Adamek.
Madam President, I move to adopt Senate concurrent resolution stating the sentiments of the Student Senate concerning the amendment to the Constitution of the Student Government Association, replacing all pronouns with the relative position title.
Is there a second? Seconded by Senator Alamosa. It has been moved and seconded that we adopt Senate concurrent resolution that Senator Adamek stated. This will be a 2/3 majority vote to adopt into the Senate. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Ayes have it. Motion is now adopted. Senate concurrent resolution 59.04 will be added to the first reading agenda. Senator Sestak.
Madam President, I move to add Senate concurrent resolution 59.05 stating the sentiments of the Student Senate concerning the referendum to be placed on the general spring election ballot regarding an amendment to the Constitution of the United States of the Student Government Association. I move to adopt that.
Is there a second? It has been seconded by Senator Franco that we adopt Senate concurrent resolution that was stated by Senator Sestak. This will take a 2/3 majority vote to adopt. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Ayes have it. Concurrent resolution is now adopted and will be known as Senate Resolution, Concurrent Resolution 59.05, and will be placed on our first reading calendar. Moving forward into committee reports. Senator Sestak.
Madam President, I move to skip committee reports.
Is there a motion to suspend the rules of the Senate?
Madam President, I motion to suspend the rules of the Senate.
Seconded by Senator Lamb that we suspend the rules of the Senate, requiring us to read committee reports. This motion is unabatable, unamendable, and requires a 2/3 majority vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Ayes have it. Rules are now suspended. We will skip committee reports. Moving on to our first reading calendar. Senate Concurrent Resolution 59.02. Senator Bentley.
Madam President, I rise to introduce Senate Concurrent Resolution 59.02. Madam President.
You may.
Hello, everyone. This piece is very easy to digest. It is written to change the language of Article 2, Section 10 of the SGA Constitution. Article 2, Section 10 currently reads, freshman involvement. The Student Government Association shall be vested with the advisement, appointment, and governing of Freshman Council and Freshman Leadership Association. This piece changes the language of that to read, freshman involvement, the Student Government Association shall be vested with the advisement, appointment, and governing of first-year council and first-year leadership association. This just actively reflects what our two first-year programs are now referred to as. So with that, Madam President, I move to pass Senate Concurrent Resolution 59.
Is there a motion to place it on second reading and send to all committees?
Madam President, I move to place Senate Concurrent Resolution 59.02 on second reading and send to all committees.
It has been moved and seconded by Senator Holmes that we place Senate Concurrent Resolution 59.02 on second reading and sent to all committees. This motion is undebatable, unamendable, and requires a 2/3 majority vote. Please vote in the polls. With 2/3 majority in favor, motion passes. Senate Resolution 59.123. Senator Sustak.
Madam President, I rise to present Senate Resolution 59.123. May I approach the podium?
You may.
Hello, everyone. This one is very, very simple and very, very watered down, and it is a compromise that I've come to with the director of SGA, the student body president of SGA, and as long as several senators. After a long deliberation in the 58th session, I have finally come to a solution to our predicament of conflicting ideologies and come to a solution as proposed by the director of SGA. And so therefore what this is to switch the president pro tempore to Speaker of the Senate. This will make sure that we get our speaker bill passed, as well as make sure that we're not changing any duties or trying to overcomplicate things that don't need to be complicated further than they already are. So with that, Madam President, I move to place Senate Resolution 59.123 on second reading and send to all committees.
It has been moved and seconded by Senator Ramirez that we place Senate Resolution 59.123 on second reading and send to all committees. This motion is undebatable, unamendable, and requires a 2/3 majority vote. Please vote in the polls. With majority in favor, motion passes. Senate Resolution 59.124. Senator Bradford.
Madam President, I rise to introduce Senate Resolution 59.124. May I switch to reading?
You may.
Hi, everyone. Senate Resolution 59.124 is just asking to renovate the lecture hall 311 of the Ag Sciences building. We want this to kind of replicate the Animal Science building. If you guys have not been in either one of those, the Ag Science building was built in 1925, and the Animal Science building is a lot newer, and it was built in 2004. It just has a lot more space whenever you are sitting in that classroom. Makes it a little bit easier to learn. So we are asking to renovate the Ag Science building, room 311, to replicate that of the Animal and Food Sciences classrooms. With that, Madam President, I move to place Senate Resolution 59.124 on second reading and sent to all committees.
It has been moved and seconded by Senator Van that we place Senate Resolution 59.124 on second reading and sent to all committees. This motion is undebatable, unamendable, and requires a majority vote. Please vote in the polls. With majority in favor, motion passes. Senate Concurrent Resolution 59.03. Senator Alessio.
Madam President, I rise to introduce Senate Concurrent Resolution 59.03. May I approach the podium?
You may.
My apologies on the wait. Okay, good evening, everybody. I apologize about the length of this piece. It's really not that complicated, although the 117 lines would oblige you to think that it is. But within the current Constitution, there is a provision that allots all senators and all members of the Student Government Association to be within good academic standing of the university. Good academic standing of the university is having a GPA that is that of a 2.5. However, there's no mention of judicial standing within the university. For those of you who are unaware, judicial standing within the university is making sure that you are within correct legal and compliant standards within the university. For example, if you've been involved in a cheating case, or you've been booked to the Office of Student Conduct, then your judicial standing may be pending within the university. So the changes within this piece in this concurrent resolution strive to change the Constitution so that it encourages and adopts a memorandum in the Constitution that allows for correct judicial standing. So, it is amending Article 2, Section 3, which lays out the expectations of the Senate, Article 3, Section 3, which lays out the expectations of the executive branch, and Article 4, Section 3, which outlays the expectations of the judicial branch. So as to save a little bit of time, I'm going to read the second 2, 3, and then I'm just going to go from there. So in the current Constitution, it states that in Article 2, Section 3, it is stated all undergraduate senators must be enrolled in at least 12 resident hours while in office. Senators at large must maintain a grade point average of 2.5. Graduate senators must maintain a grade point average of 3.0, and both must be enrolled in at least 6 resident hours while in office. So that is the section for 2.3, and then all sections 2.3, 3.3, and 4.3 are going to be respectively changed to read something like this. This is the one for Article 2, Section 3. Student Government Association, line 20. Student Government Association be updated to reflect the proposed compliance with judicial standing by reading. All undergraduate senators must be enrolled in at least 12 resident hours while in office. All senators must maintain a grade point average of 2.5 while maintaining at the time of election and the consequent term elected to good judicial standing within the university. Graduate senators must maintain a grade point average of 3.0, and both must be enrolled in at least 6 resident hours while in office, end quote. So the same goes for sections 3.3 and 4.3. The same wording that is present in lines 23 is reflected in the relative sections that is going to be changed in 3.3, which is found in lines 46 through 53. And then the same wording is consistent with the 4.3 section that is found in lines 79 to 88. With that being said, I motion to move Senate Concurrent Resolution 59.03 into second reading and sent to all committees.
It has been moved and seconded by Senator Hussein that we place Senate Concurrent Resolution 59.03 on second reading and send to all committees. This motion is undebatable, unamendable, and requires a 2/3 majority vote. Please vote in the polls. With majority in favor, motion passes. Senate Concurrent Resolution 59.04. Senator Adamek.
Madam President, I move to present Senate Concurrent Resolution 59.04. May I approach the podium?
You may.
Hello. So this piece is just kind of correcting the Constitution. When they had that constitutional cleanup, they realized that all of our position titles talk about the student body president, he will do this. The interim vice president, he will do this. So this just changes it from the pronoun he to whatever the title is. So it's like the student body president, that's the replacement for the pronoun. Just so we can keep things great, because SGA has been full of amazing leaders from all different genders, and I think we should recognize that in our governing documents. And so this is just putting that on an amendment so that the students will vote on changing that constitution. So Madam President, I move to place Senate Concurrent Resolution 59.04 on second reading and sent to all committees.
It has been moved and seconded by Senator Shipp that we place Senate Concurrent Resolution 59.04 on second reading and sent to all committees. This motion is undebatable, unamendable, and requires a 2/3 majority vote. Please vote in the polls. With majority in favor, motion passes. Senate Concurrent Resolution 59.05. Senator Sestak.
Madam President, I rise to present 59.05 in the
You may.
All right. So essentially, in our good old Constitution, it is a little outdated at the moment, and so we had our constitutional cleanup, which was supposed to fix some of these mistakes. Along with some of the mistakes that were in there, among them was secretary position, which is currently operated as actually the chief of staff position. So this is just to make sure that in our Constitution it reflects our rules of the Senate, and it reflects the rest of our documents in saying that it's the chief of staff position. So it's just another name change essentially, just trying to clean things up and make it a little better. And with that, Madam President, I move to place 59.05 on second reading and send to all committees.
It has been moved and seconded by Senator Thurman that we place Senate Concurrent Resolution 59.05 on second reading and sent to all committees. This motion is undebatable, unamendable, and requires a 2/3 majority vote. Please vote in the polls. With majority in favor, motion passes. Now moving on to our second reading items. Senate Bill 59.02.
Madam President, I rise to reintroduce Senate Bill 59.02. May I approach the podium?
You may.
Hey everyone, Senate Bill 59.02 is just talking about the allocation of seats for the Student Senate next year, or this year, in the 60th session, required by the Senate Reapportionment Act of 2014. The Student Senate of Texas Tech University enact the following. Davis College of Agricultural Sciences and Natural Resources is allocated 4 seats. Huckabee College of Architecture is 2 seats. College of Arts and Sciences is 13. Jerry S. Rawls College of Business Administration is 8. College of Education is 3. Edward E. Whitaker Junior College of Engineering is 8. Honors College 2. College of Human Sciences 5. College of Media and Communications 3. College of Visual and Performing Arts 2. The Law School 2. Graduate School 10. General Studies 2. University Studies 4. And At-Large 14. And that this reappointment of seats will become effective at the 60th session of the Student Senate. And with that, Madam President, I move to place Senate Bill 59.02 on third reading and final passage.
It has been moved and seconded by Senator Vega that we place Senate Bill 59.02 on third reading and final passage. This motion is debatable, amendable, and requires a 2/3 majority vote. Is there any debate? Senator Adamek.
Madam President, I rise to a friendly amendment on lines 37, 48, 55, 59, 70, and 76. There are mismatching numbers.
Thank you, Senator Adamek. Friendly amendments noted. Is there any further debate? Hearing none, we will now proceed to vote. Please vote in the polls. With majority in favor, motion passes. Senate Concurrent Resolution 59.01. Senator Lamb.
Madam President, I rise to present
Senate concurrent resolution 59.01, Mayor. Vote please.
You may.
Hi, everyone. So like I said in the last meeting, this is just to raise the Supreme Court GPA requirement for all the justices in there. It just raises it from a 2.5 GPA to a 3.0. And we just think that needs to happen because we believe that Supreme Court justices should be above average. And a 3.0 GPA would reflect that. And with that, I move to put this on third reading and final passage.
It has been moved and seconded by Senator Moreno that we place Senate Concurrent Resolution 59.01 on third reading and final passage. This motion is debatable, amendable, and requires a 2/3 majority vote. Is there any debate? Senator Huffman.
I'd like to rise to a friendly amendment to remove my name from the sponsor list as I was not asked to sponsor this piece.
Friendly amendment noted. Is there any further debate? Senator Vega.
I'd like to rise to debate this piece. I personally don't understand why exactly the judicial board should be held to a higher standard than executives, as the executives are held to simply a 2.5 standard GPA, as well as some majors are harder than others, so it is harder to, of course, maintain a 2.5 or a 3.0 in some instances, which is why I believe that it should remain consistent and stay as a 2.5 for not only senators, but executives and judicial.
Senator Huffman.
I'd like to echo Senator Vega's testaments. Just a reminder that a 2.5 GPA is still in academic good standing with the university. And I feel like as SGA, we're called to represent the entire student body, and we could be taking that away if we raise that GPA requirement.
Senator Shipp.
I would like to rise and debate for this piece, as we're planning on working on other pieces to correlate with 3.0 GPA for other positions. I believe that we represent our constituents, so we should represent them in the best way possible, strive for honor, do the best in our academics and our other commitments, and make sure those are straightened out. And furthermore, there are other academic programs that may require a higher GPA than 2.5, such as engineering. So by enforcing the 3.0, it will help others stay in their programs.
Senator Alessio.
Yes, Madam President. I'd actually like to stand in affirmation for this piece. I believe that within the SGA Constitution is actually modeled after the United States government. Within the United States government, the only branch of the United States government that is modeled after meritocracy is that of the judicial branch. It is not necessarily reflective of those who want to run, but it is those who are fit to run. So in that sense, I do believe that maintaining a higher standard for those that are within the judicial college or in the judicial branch is completely fair.
Senator Sustak.
Madam President, I rise in affirmation of this as well. I'd like to echo the comments of Senator Alessio. I do believe that at the end of the day, it is definitely a more academically engaged branch, but more importantly, the interesting part about this piece is some have said that it is not necessarily a reflection of our constituents. Well, this goes directly to our constituents as a concurrent resolution. So if they do not want it, then they are happy and able to vote no on it, or yes. This is just to allow them the ability to decide on our government, their government.
Senator Campbell.
I'm in opposition to this piece, somewhat echoing the sentiments of Mr. Huffman. I would agree that obviously our Supreme Court justice should be in good standing with the university, but I wouldn't say that more stringent academic requirement is necessarily going to pick the best people for the job. I think as long as they're in good academic standing, then they should have probably a pretty good perspective, even if they're not, necessarily top students academically.
Senator Adamek.
Madam President, I also rise in opposition to this piece. I think GPA isn't everything. I think we're looking for good, holistic people, and I don't think defining people by their GPA when we're holding them to a higher standard than our executive team. I think people do a lot of different things on this campus, and I think if we're looking for a widespread view on this Supreme Court, I think it should be more holistically approached rather than just limiting out people based on a GPA. Also, just a 2.5 to a 3 is a pretty big jump.
Senator Alessio.
Madam President, I motion to previous question.
Is there a second? It has been moved and seconded to previous question. We need 5 seconds to move to previous question. Seconded by Senator Bradford, Senator Grigsbell, Senator Harris, Senator Franco, and Senator Pogue. This motion is undebatable, unamendable, and requires a 2/3 majority vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries. We'll now move to the previous question, which is to place Senate Concurrent Resolution 59.01 on third reading and final passage. Please vote in the polls. With 2/3 majority not in favor, motion fails. Now moving on to our consent calendar. If you are presenting a consent calendar item, please make your way to the front of the room. Senate Resolution 59.125.
Hey, good evening, y'all. For those of y'all that are in Mortarboard does a yearly award towards a outstanding staff contribution, and the Department of Economics within the College of Arts and Sciences was granted the award in the name of Dr. Julian F. Ludwig. Dr. Julian F. Ludwig is a distinguished scholar that has been of immense service to this university. He holds a PhD from, I believe, Texas Tech University and 2 masters from the University of Austin. He served this community and the academic discipline incredibly well, and just a shout out to him for being an incredible professor.
Thank you. Senate Resolution 59.126.
Good evening, everyone. Senate Resolution 59.126 is stating the sentiments of the Student Senate regarding the death of Texas Tech University student Gabriel Onyegu. With the death of Gabriel on Thursday, January 4th of 2024, the Texas Tech University community lost a beloved classmate and a friend. Gabriel was an active student majoring in university studies in the College of University Studies. It was an active member of the Kappa Alpha Psi, Chapter Iota Epsilon. Therefore, be it resolved that the Student Senate of Texas Tech University express its deepest, most heartfelt condolences, both as individuals and representatives of the student body, and to the family and friends of Gabriel Onyegu. With that, Madam President, I move to place Senate Resolution 59.125 and 59.126 on third reading and final passage.
It has been moved and seconded by Senator Harris that we place Senate Resolution 59.125 and 59.126 on third reading and final passage. As a reminder, this motion must pass with 100% vote. Is there any reason to vote separately? Hearing none, we'll now proceed to vote. Please vote in the polls. With 100% in favor, motion passes. The next item on the agenda is our announcements. Any member of the Student Government Association may make relevant announcements to the Chamber. If you wish to address the Senate, please rise for recognition at this time. Senator Schiff.
So hi everyone, y'all know my name is Trinity. I coordinate the Music Monday events on campus, and after speaking with Mike Dunn, Mr. Case, and getting grounds to speak, we will be having a Music Monday event at the Red Raider Plaza on this Monday. I believe it's the 29th, and it's going to be from 12 p.m. to 1:30. It starts at 12. Music will start around 12:30. Performance should last about an hour. So if you don't want to invite friends, eat some lunch, enjoy some live music. Joshua Rodriguez, he's a student at Texas Tech, and will be performing some acoustic music. It should be really fun, and we get to showcase the talents of students at Texas Tech. And if y'all have any recommendations of future performers for the semester, feel free to reach out to me. Hope to see y'all there.
Thank you, Senator Schiff. Any further announcements? Hearing none, the next item on our agenda is adjournment. Is there a motion? Senator Grigsbell.
Madam President, I move to adjourn.
Is there a second? It's been moved and seconded by Senator Franco that we adjourn this meeting. This motion is undebatable, unamendable, and requires a majority vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Ayes have it. The 10th meeting of the Senate session is now adjourned.